Hey everyone, so we're trying out a sample team. I did test this out before recording, and this sample team is the one that I've been having the most success with, so I'm hoping that it can stay that way now that I've hit the record button. Let's see what we can do against this Zard team right here. It might actually be Zardax, I don't want to assume what it is right away. I'm going to lead off with my... Lando is a safe lead. I can pivot out on Corviknight or Alamamola and bring out my Lottie to break. I do like that path. Alternatively, I just lead a Lottie and start clicking, but it's a bit tricky if they lead off with the Victini because then they get to U-turn into their Raging Bolt on my Slowbro. Thankfully, they lead Raging Bolt. These are never Choice Scarf. I'm just going to click Draco Meteor. I think Assault Vest still dies. It would have to be Choice Scarf here to be a problem. They should just pivot into Assault Vest a la Momola if they have that, which it looks like they do based on this play. Yeah, that is Assault Vest every time. So they're going for Flip Turn, obviously. I could just attack, honestly, because I know they're going for Flip Turn. Yeah, I might as well get some chip damage on that Mon. Make it so that when it comes back, it's not at full health, and then... Let's see what they want to respond with now, because they can kind of use whatever they want. I am at -2. It might be Victini time. There it is. What are we going for? Z Celebrate? I could lose to this for sure. It just goes for U-turn though, which might be Choice Banded. Let's go ahead and check this. Victini, if it was Scarfed, U-turn would have done that much, so it is Choice Banded Victini. I feel like this is Zardax and they're bluffing. Should I really be staying in though when they have a Choice Banded Victini? It is Zardwai. Okay, so we didn't overpredict or anything. Nice. Allows me to just go right for... I could Luster Purge. I think I just will. If I get the Spidef drop on Alamamola, they're in a really tough spot against this Mon right now, so I really wouldn't mind that at all. Let's see, can we get a bit of luck right here? Show me a Spidef drop. No Spidef drop, okay. Well, let's weaken it a lot right now with Draco. Now that thing is super low, so it can't really come in on anything later. I mean, it's just going to go for U-turn again, so I gotta go U. Actually, it opts to go for V-Create, which does so much damage under this sun. I don't have a switch in for that. Yeah, this thing's just gotta die. Not much else to say. Does, however, allow me to go out into my Lottie again, and I think this is a good spot because... I'm just going to throw off Mystical Fire here, expecting Corviknight, I think. I mean, I guess they could go a la Momola, but it dies to Draco if they bring it in, which is my play here normally. So I'm just going to throw this off. I don't think they would stand, so they do go Corviknight. Nice, we get the play right. This is a tricky matchup, though. I got to make plays to actually be in this one at all. I could have made a play there and tried to Draco this on the switch in. Didn't feel worth it to me, though. I think I'll go for Draco now. They don't really have a switch into it. Yeah, the Corviknight just dies from 37. Megaladios is way too strong for that. The only issue I'm seeing is this this Victini destroys my entire team. I gotta get up rocks. My Lando does have rocks, right? Yeah, so... This could be a U-turn this turn. I think I'll just go harder Shifu. They never Zen Headbutt, right? Yeah, there's the U-turn. Okay. So, Lottie is at 64. That's enough to take on the Mega Charizard Y. Thankfully, we do have Sucker Punch on Cinderace too. That might help me out a lot. All of our Raging Bolt counters are still pretty healthy, so... All things considered, this is not going that badly. It's just the Banded Victini that I'm really worried about. So out comes this. It's just going to Flip Turn. I might as well go for CC, I think. Yeah, get some chip on that, and... I mean, they can bring out Victini here if they want, but if they hit me, then I get to click Draco Meteor again. The trick to beating these Regenerator teams is just always attack when you know they're going to click a pivot move. So like here I'm going to go for close combat because I want to make sure that if I'm losing a Mon anyway, I want this in range of Lottie Draco every single time, so it can just click that and get a kill. And they go for U-turn again, perfect. So they're really hesitant on actually attacking, which I think they should have V-created there. I don't know why they didn't. So this is a Lottie Roost, probably. I mean, doubles the sin. Are you really Scarfed, though? You are. Wait, was this the same game? Yeah, it was turn 1, where they could have just Draco'd me right away. Wow, they really are Choice Scarf Raging Bolt. Well, I think I'm just going to lose to that. Maybe I should have expected that, because, you know, they brought it in on a double, but I was so confident after the turn 1 they wouldn't be. I guess they just got me there. I don't know. I'll go for rocks, and then maybe they go out into Flynium Z. I mean, they go Great Tusk and I can Flynium Z, is what I'm trying to say. That would be like the one thing that I could win off of. Because then I get to keep rocks up, and Zard is taking 50, Victini's taking 25. I need that to be what happens, and it looks like it might. Let's see. It's attack, nice. We do have the Jolly Flying EMZ that's going to be clicked right now. And if this OHKOs, which I believe it does, that's the whole reason we have this move, then I think we are in a good spot to still win the game, despite that, misplay. I should have obviously expected Choice Scarf when they made the play. They do Scout. Okay, wait. Now I don't think I win. I think I lose. We knocked that out, but now they go back to Great Tusk. I can manual fly. I don't think that's ever killing, though, is the problem. Goes for Rapid Spin. Yeah, I think I lose to this. It almost does the job, dude, but it doesn't quite kill. I gotta keep this and go Urshifu here on the Ice Spinner. And this is a good chance for me to go right for Close Combat or Ice Spinner of my own. I think I always just Close Combat here. Zardoi almost gets 2-hit KO'd by that, but not quite. I could click it again. I could go hard Cinderace. I kind of like the hard Cinderace play. We're going to try that here. I mean, if they roost, it'll be annoying, but yeah, they don't roost. The Ancient Power. I think Pyro Ball Under the Sun will kill. If it doesn't, then I lose anyway, so let's just go for it. Oh, well, okay, that's one way to lose, I guess. We'll go Urshifu and see if we can do anything now. We do get the kill here, but they can go Raging Bolt if they want. Yeah, they just click. I think they're going to Draco, so I'll go Melmetal, but I needed to land that Pyro Ball because now they get to click Weather Ball again, and yeah, that's just that. So we'll go ahead and forfeit. We have another game right here. I'm convinced that Aviala Mamola is potentially broken. I don't want to say that it for sure is, but it literally is just the freest pivot into everything in the tier. So I don't know about that Mon, but thankfully they don't have it right here. Let's go ahead and lead off with the, honestly, Urshifu. They end up leading off with Slowbro. I'll go right for U-turn because I just realized they're running a Gen 6 OU team in Gen 9 National Dex. I think that's what's happening here. Let's see if this is a Rocky Helmet. I'm sure it is. Yeah, there's the Rocky Helmet. Potentially Teleport happening. Okay. So we basically just took damage for no reason, but I confirmed the item. Not that it was gonna be anything else, but we did confirm the item. If they go Hydreigon, it's Choice Scarf for sure. Or Sashed, I guess, but are you real enough to go for U-turn is the question. Doubles in Drill, which is a good double because if I do stay in there, then I'm clicking Draco anyway. Interesting spot to be in, though, because I'm going to go Lando on the Slowbro. They do note the correct play every turn, which is, good to see. But I don't want to take a Scald here. I'll go Lottie again. Yeah, they do go for Scald. I figured that eventually they would commit to an attack, right? Because you don't just switch every turn forever. That's not how you play the game. So here I'm going to throw off a Draco Meteor. I'm sure if they go Drill, it'll tank it pretty well. I could go for Mystical Fire, but I don't want them pivoting in Scarf Hydreigon. It is the Drill. Okay, so are you offensive or not? I think that's defensive, and they're about to show leftovers. There it is. Go Lando here. I would love to get up my rocks. That's why I keep on trying to get in Lando so adamantly. I want to be able to pressure that Pinsir later in the game. So let's see. Goes ahead and Toxics me. All right, not bad. But their only removal is on the field, so I don't know if they would stay in to click that right now. Yeah, they don't. I was about to say that's a crazy play because what if I just Earthquake you? So now I'm going to go back to Lottie. Teleport Scald. Would they have the Thunder Wave? I mean, I still go Lottie. If they Thunder Wave me, it's whatever. I'm sure they go Drill now. They go Hydreigon. Okay, so it's back. The Scarf Hydreigon. I could predict the double into Excadrill again, but I think I'll just go Melmetal. If they go Drill, I'll Earthquake here because then I'll live the Earthquake they go for. I also live this. I don't know why this is here. Oh, wait, is it going to be going for a Volt Switch back into an immunity? Should I double Iron Bash, predicting a Volt Switch into Hydreigon? They probably just go Slowbro is the thing. I'll Toxic once, predicting the Volt Switch into Slowbro. There we go, nice. Okay, so we don't get a passive turn off. We do land the Toxic too, there we go. Pretty good, all things considered. They're just going to click the same move they have been clicking here, which is Teleport. However, every time they bring in this Hydreigon, it's just getting chipped over and over again by the rocks. So they're going to go for the Rapid Spin finally. I wonder if their Drill is fast enough to even outspeed me after. I don't even think I died anything is the other big thing here, so I can just go for Draco this turn. I mean, they might Ironhead. I don't really care, though. Goes out into Slowbro, so... This is a chance for me to recover, I believe. Just get back up to full. No reason not to do that, in my eyes. We got their drill down to a 23%, which is just amazing. So we get to recover. Now we kind of have a play to make, because it could be Flash Cannon this turn. Or I just stay in and Mystical Fire, which I think is the better idea. It won't be Steel Beam, because I think that might OHKO me. Goes for Volt Switch. Okay. They crit me, so I'm way lower than I would have been. That actually is a big deal. Into stuff like Mega Pincer Quick Attack, however. Nothing I can do about it. Let's just keep going. Melmetal here on the Dark Pulse, which allows me to pivot into Urshifu. I just had to scout what they were doing was the big thing there. What if they double in Slowbro? They don't though. Okay, they just stay in. Nice. So now I just go for U-turn. We know they're Choice Scarfed at this point. It has to be. So I'll go for the U-turn. I gotta be really careful about this Mon though. Cinderace being at full is really helpful, but outside of that, I'm running out of counters. I would love to get my rocks back up if possible. But what do they do here? Like, they could go Conk. This one's looking dicey too, I'm not gonna lie. That crit's really annoying. Oh, they stay in, so they're Modest Scarfed, and they're going for Dark Pulse again. It's not at all what I expected there. Just sack off the Melmetal. I think this is a chance to go Cinderace and U-turn. I mean, like, if they flinch me, I just lose, but I'm not gonna try to not make the optimal play, just trying to dodge a flinch, right? I gotta go for the U-turn here. If they sack off the Slowbro, that's amazing. Okay, I don't actually know if it's gonna die. That's really bad because I'm taking damage and they didn't actually faint. Dang. Let's go Lottie then. Lottie will force the kill out, which is what I need. We just go for Draco Meteor and then Hydreigon comes back, I guess. Sacks off the drill. So now they're going to go Hydreigon and Dark Pulse. Can I win this one? I really don't know. I got to figure out what my next sack is. Healthy is Urshifu. So the thing is, like, Urshifu can take Dark Pulse, but they can click Draco now that my Melmetal is gone. So it's not as easy to just pivot into Urshifu on Hydreigon. Wait, what? What are you doing, my guy? I guess you want Regenerator health and you're going to double into Magnezone? But I think if you stay in, you're dead, so I'm just going to click Draco Meteor again. Doubles in Conkeldurr, which I think is AV based on that damage. Could be going for knockoff here. I got to keep this Mon. It should be knockoff. I could pivot in Lando, but if they Ice Punch, I would lose on the spot. And it could be Ice Punch this turn as well. Although, I have a Slowbro. Doubles this in, which is a good play. I need to sack him on here. I don't know if Lando ever lives this Draco. Are you trying to do that, Lando? I don't think so. 77 min. Exactly what I'm at. I'll just go for Flying EMZ. If they land, then it's fine. I get to get another kill with... Not another kill, but I get to go Ace here. Click a U-turn, and it will force the kill in the end. It's just... I think I lose this Sack War to Scarf Hydreigon, is the way this works out. Yeah, these first two games have been really tricky. Like, first we can't beat a Scarf Hydreigon because Melmetal got too low. I can get another kill here. And then maybe we gotta go off a Draco Miss this game. They might just pivot and Conk again, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Or they sack off the... I was gonna say the Magnezone is a good play. So we crit that and knock it out in one hit. Do I just stay in on the Draco and hope I dodge? That's the thing. I'm really thinking I have to at this point, because, like... What else can I do? Yeah, we're just going to dodge it. Okay, they go for Dark Pulse. That's not bad, though, because it gives me an opportunity to actually do this. Maybe I should have gone Urshifu that turn. But let's go for U-turn. We can put on pressure with double U-turn into Slowbro right now. And then maybe we can still win from that position. I don't think so. Ends up bringing out the Conk. So I'll bring you out. Probably going for the knockoff this turn. Which we can tank just fine, thankfully. So let's teleport here. Hopefully they go Hydreigon, because that'll be what I need. Okay, they end up going Slowbro. So I go U and U-turn again. Oh, I see. They want to get in their Hydreigon on the future sight turn is what's happening here. So they're just going to teleport into that. And actually, they Thunder Wave and miss. And for some reason, I'm still in the game now. If they teleport into Hydreigon there, I instantly lose. So thankfully, they didn't do that. What did they want to bring in now? Hydreigon. Go for teleport. They just Dark Pulse. Maybe they tried a Draco predicting Urshifu, but they just Dark Pulse, yeah. Can bring you out now. I think I always go for Surging Strikes here. And yeah, they have a guaranteed win if they play this right. I don't know if they have Mach Punch, I'm just staying in. Because basically, like, they go Pinsir and Quick Attack, and I don't think Cinderace can tank 2 of those from the percentage it's at. And, like, I could keep Cinderace, but then... like, I gotta try to bring it in and hope it lives 2 Quick Attacks, but it doesn't, right? Yeah, that did way too much damage. GG's, man. Alright, we'll go ahead and try to pick up a win for the next one. Alright, we have another game. 2 losses in a row right when I hit record. Not how I like to start off a video, however. Hopefully this can be our first win right here. Maybe I gotta play a bit more aggressive is what needs to happen, because so far I think I've made a lot of safe plays and that's given my opponents a lot of openings. Let's lead off with... if I lead Shifu, they just go Slowbro, and I'm just going to start taking damage again. I would rather just put on pressure early using my Lando, I'm going to be honest. Okay, ends up leading off with the Tornadus, which knocks off and sees my Z move, and then we don't KO with Stone Edge, interestingly. So they have a lot of bulk investment is what that says. I think I want to get up my rocks here, because they're going to U-turn, yeah. Into Slowbro. I was also thinking about trying to KO this using Earthquake into Flynium Z. However, yeah, we're going to stop being passive and just start actually making plays. And I think the first step to that is just Earthquaking right here on the teleport. Alright, I see it. I see you, game. Well, I can Draco, obviously, but they have 10 billion switch-ins. Heatran being one of them. Oh, but they sack it off. Okay, so it seems not being aggressive is actually the solution to my problems. What is happening right now, man? This is going to defog, so do I just Draco it, or do I take a switch? I know that's an aggro switch, but I said that I want to be aggro, so, you know, now we get to click Surging Strikes into a team with no switch-ins. Wait, please kill. Okay. If that was some sort of roll, I would have cried. Because this is my win con right now. So we go U... I mean, they have Gliscor, obviously. I'll just click Earthquake, though, because, like, I'm not really scared of Gliscor. I go Slowbro and teleport on it. Scout for a Z-move here. It ends up being Rocks. Alright. Just Luster Purge you. Maybe I should have just Scalded. But it ends up bringing out Gliscor, which is going to click, what, Protect this turn, and then switch back out. I think I'm fine with this. I'm just going to keep Luster Purging and weakening your team. Alright, we'll Draco now, because I don't want to let Goldengo come in without taking too much damage. And then... okay, nice. We get it on the right turn. This is a chance for me to court change. They might make it rain, predicting it. Corkscrew Crash, yeah, even better of a prediction. However, what it allows me to do is go right back out into Melmetal. I think they're off Double Iron Bash here on the Gliscor to weaken that a lot is the correct play. Yeah, we're not being passive anymore, like I said. I'm just going to call this stuff out. I know what my opponents are doing every single turn, and I have the last 2 games, and I still didn't capitalize on it, so... I think I've had enough of that, yeah. KO that there because I can live, and this should be a win. First win of the video. Really shouldn't have been the first win. I mean that in the sense that I could have won the other 2 games had I played a bit better, but... hey, at least we won a game, right? That's what matters. Mystical Fire here. They do pivot in the Lopunny, however, it's taking damage to the point where Surging Strikes just KOs it now. surprised Slowbro hung on there on 2%. So, yeah, we win. They can't pivot that low bunny back in here. And if they stay in, then they just lose to Surging Strikes from Scarf or Shifu. So, yeah, there we go. We have another game right here. Okay, let's see if we can even the score and make it a 2-2 video so far. What I want to do is not Surging Strikes with Urshifu into potentially Rocky Helmet Pex plus Iron Barb's Ferrothorn. Although I will lead off with it. Do I just go hard slow, bro? Okay, we get a slow U-turn. Nice. This is like the best thing I could have asked for. If I close combated that would have been amazing. However, yeah, I just took so much damage. However, we can go this. I think I always click U-turn here. It's not Rocky Helmet on this too, thankfully. Latios is my opening this game. They don't have switch-ins to Lati outside Golden Go. Which they bring in, and it gets Spidef dropped. Hold up. What are you doing here? Kind of want to Luster Purge again, predicting Gliscor or INC. However, I think it's worth it for me to just stay in. I should live Scarf Shadow Ball. Like, it'll do a lot. So that does that much. Draco should actually kill this turn, so I'm going to go for that. Okay, now it doesn't, so let's switch out predicting the Toxic. Yeah, I don't want to get Toxic on Lottie. That would lose me the game. And free opportunity to throw up a Future Sight. Alright, now we teleport out. And I mean, if you want to do this, man, I'm just going to put them on your side. You can Toxic me too, that's fine. I don't care. Or I U-turn, predicting the Toxic, but it's not really worth it to do that. So now they're just going to spike again. Alright, I'm just going to throw off Scald if this is the game plan. Like, I don't like this, however, like Scald is doing enough. Now we'll teleport, predicting the Protect into Lottie, and we're in a spot where I can click Luster Purge again. I believe. Or maybe I Draco. I should have Luster Purged. I was literally about to cancel and do that instead, and I didn't really get the chance. Okay, luckily they didn't predict my Melmetal, so I don't get 2-hit KO'd here. We gotta make plays. I'm just gonna double out. That's fine. Let's go for Luster Purge here. I mean, I'm sure you might want to pivot into your Golden Go, however, I don't think... What is this nickname, by the way? I didn't realize what their nicknames were. Alright, anyway, let's just go ahead and try to knock this out. It should OHKO it, I hope. Just gotta be weary of how many Luster Purges I'm using, but all I gotta do this game is get in Lottie as many times as I can and get kills before I lose. It's really what it comes down to. It has to be a bulky set. Come on. Yeah, that is a bulky set, so we were able to knock that out for free. Out comes Diancie. I could go for the speed tie win right here, but there's like literally no reason to do that. I know they're gonna go for Moonblast is the thing. The Cinderace is like so useless. Let's just switch that in. I think I want a Pyro Ball here on the Gliscor. We do a lot. Like to the point where they can't really stay in. And then they try to protect it off. So they can protect again, but I don't really care. I'm just gonna throw off Luster Purge now. They don't have switch-ins anymore. That's the mistake they made. I still Luster Purge. It doesn't kill. I should have Draco'd. Why does it not kill, though? Recover for the 5%. I think I'll go for Mystical Fire here, predicting Ferrothorn. Okay, they just give me Gliscor. So no more Protect stuff. I think I still win with Lottie. It's just I thought the Luster Purge would kill. You know how it is, though. It can never be easy. The game will go wrong on the specific turn you know it's going to, but, you know, you just gotta anticipate it, which I didn't there. So out comes this. Which is gonna go for Moonblast. This is why I have Lando at full, though, because it lives anything, unless they're HP Ice. Which, if you're HP Ice, then I don't really mind. Just win the game. Well, I'll go for the Lottie speed tie, but then, you know, if you win that, then win the game. Alright, so Lando's at full, can come in here. I think I just click Supersonic Sky Strike in case they try to go harder Shifu. Or should I just Earthquake? Kinda want a Supersonic Sky Strike. Okay, we got rid of Fairthorn in one hit. That's pretty good for me. I just got to keep this at full to live the Diancie, and then we should have a win, the way I see it. Goes for Surging. So now I teleport. I mean, I could Future Sight, too. What's the best play? I guess I just go Lottie and recover. Or I Luster Purge again. I think I'll just throw off the attack. It probably doesn't kill from full, but it'll do a lot. And that I'm pretty happy with. So it's looking like we're going to go to... Okay, yeah, it doesn't kill, which is what I thought would happen. Gets up a T-Spike. Do I want to heal, or do I just want to get a kill? I think I just get a kill. Goes Shifu. I think at this point I can sack Lottie. I don't need it anymore. Because, like, they go Diancie on the U-turn, and then I just go Land Out Earthquake. And it just comes down to them critting Moonblast. This probably doesn't kill me, and if it doesn't, then the game's already over. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Well, I shouldn't say that. Actually, no, I should say that. What am I saying? I have a Scar for Shifu right here. Alright, go ahead and give me the win. Nice. Let's go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and play against this guy. This is for going 3-2 now, so I think we're 2-2, right? We lost the first two, bounced back, won the next two. This is kind of like the tiebreaker game in my head. Let's go ahead and lead off with Lando. I mean, Lando's fine. I just don't know if I'd live Ice Fang Aerodactyl. Maybe I just lead Urshifu and try to pivot. Well, they lead off with the one Mon that I don't want to be in against. I don't know if they're going to go for Toxic or Scald. I just don't want to U-turn into Baneful Bunker, so let's go Melmetal and scout for that. Melmetal is not even that important. I mean, it tanks Arrow, but so does Slowbro, so... The only issue is Slowbro might get Pursuit Trapped, and I kind of need Melmetal for Golden Go too. I'm just going to go for U-turn. Nobody runs Baneful Bunker. And I don't want to, like... Okay, they do stay in, obviously. I could just go Lottie, but I think they're Toxicking. They're not going to click Scald. Yeah, now we're going to go Lottie. And try to get this right. There we go. No burn either. Let's go ahead and... I kind of want to double back into Shifu, but it puts me in the same spot if I'm real. I think I'll go for Luster Purge here. Draco would have been a lot better, it seems. Maybe I can Draco now. Yeah, they're not Choice Scarfed. I kind of had to commit there because, like, if they're Choice Scarfed, they get the Ceaseless Edge off anyway. So we're able to get the kill. I might get Pursuit Trapped here, is the thing. But they don't go out into the King Gambit, thankfully. And this is why we kept Melmetal healthy. Oh, it looks like I don't live Z, if that's what they're doing after here. Okay, well, they just give me 89. I think I'll die unless that was a roll. Like, the roll says 76 based on the damage they just did. Which actually... Hold on. Yeah, I can protect and then live. Although it looks like... No, I would have died, yeah. I needed to protect because I'm at 9 right now because of lefties I just got. Let's go ahead and... Just double Iron Bash. Gives me a chance to, I think, just go Lando and click Flynium. They might be confused about this, but I don't see a reason for me not to do this right now. Yeah, that's a dead Great Tusk for sure. This is way too strong. Good night. Goes Pex. I kind of just want to hit Pex if I'm being real, so that way I can win with Urshifu on its own. Let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't Scald burn me. Let's get up rocks here. No reason not to do, you know, nothing that turn. This could be a Dragon Dance set, but Slowbro will always beat it. Gets up their own rocks. If I Stone Edged it there, I would have just won. We crit a Scald, which means I think I'll... Oh, they crit me back. Okay. However, don't I go Urshifu and... I think I U-turn on the Pex. I gotta put on pressure. Because now I get to Draco, and they don't have switch-ins. Draco should kill Pex from 54, there we go. And we're going to win the game with Scar for Urshifu here, it looks like. This is Supreme Overlord, so I can Mystical Fire it. They have to try to SD, but it's not going to matter. Urshifu is way too healthy. Yeah, I just go out into it, and Surging should do the 27, so I'll just do that. No reason not to guarantee the Oko on the arrow. And yeah, we're always faster. That's going to be that game. Pretty quick one, so we'll play one more. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up with this one right here. We went from 0-2 to 3-2. So either we win this one and we finish 4-2, or we just go even. I would love to go positive, obviously, so we'll try our best to win this. Let's see if we can not lose to Calm Mind Hatterene. I really want to lead off with my Urshifu, honestly. Interesting. So I'm just going to U-turn into my Slowbro. I don't know how I feel about Boot Slowbro. I'm going to be real. I really wish I had Rocky Helmet instead. Oh, it's... Okay, this makes sense. Yeah, I should have thought about this for a second. Let's Scald it for Chip, and then... I mean, this is a pain, but... They don't really want to switch in anybody on this is the thing. Maybe the Hatterene, actually. Goes Garchomp. So I'll just go out into Urshifu and Ice Spinner here. They might switch into Hatterene. They just go immediately for Scale Shot and get 10 billion hits. I can't keep this Mon. I mean, I kind of need it for Gyarados, so I should. Actually, I have to keep it because it's surging crits through everything. So let's go U as it gets up rocks. If I can get a core change off right now, that would be such a good value, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So it goes right for SD. I just gotta go Lando and drop my Z move. I don't even know if I live this, I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I for sure don't. I gotta sack off Slowbro too. Goes for Scale Shot. Reflect goes down, so if they SD again, then I could just get the kill with... Actually, yeah, we're gonna get the kill with Sucker Punch Cinderace. They might just go right back onto Zamazenta, however... Like, what do you want to do that? When you have this Mon super set up right now? I just want to click Sucker Punch, obviously. It will kill for -3 defense, especially after stab, so... Like, do they go hard Zamazenta is the question. And if so, what do they do after? Okay, I'm just going to go for Court Change. As we are able to get the rocks on their side. Nice. I keep the priority every time. Go Lando. I think I just start Quaking here. Oh, we get a crit. Okay, no more screens the rest of the game. That might be the luck I needed to actually have a chance here. So out comes this, which... I think the only way I deal with this is by Z-moving and then going Urshifu. So now we're going to sack off somebody. Who wants to get sacked off here? Because I got to keep this. It's too important. Cinderace is too important. Actually, everybody's kind of good. Although I don't value Lottie too much. It goes for DD again. I mean, I could have Stone Edge there and knocked you out. Do you have the Crunch? You do. If you have Earthquake here, then I just lose. But if not, we can Toxic. Don't flinch. Come on. I need to not get flinched here. There we go. Nice. We're still in. Because now it takes 12. Now it takes 18. I just let this die, right? It's not worth keeping. Yeah. Okay, so what does this spot look like? Looks really good for Cinderace. I mean, Urshifu. That's for sure. I think I'm going to bring that right out. Goes Golden Go. Okay, so... This is a bit tricky because I want to U-turn into Lando. They go for Shadow Ball. I don't know if they're Scarfed, but I click Earthquake here. If they're Scarfed, I think I lose, but... You know. Such is the game. Sacks that off to go Garchomp. So this wants to Scale Shot win right now. However, it's looking really bad for them into Urshifu potentially. Or I sack Urshifu and go Cinderace and Sucker. That's the other idea. And then Earthquake at the end. That's what we're going to go for. They know they need this Mon for Lando. Yeah, we get the play right. Nice. So we knocked that out in one hit. Not that that play really made a difference, because, like... I think I still lose, actually. I'm popping off for nothing. Because I can... maybe not. Let's see. If I U-turn, go Lando, can this ever kill? Or do I just lose? I think I'll go for Sucker. Goes for Psychic Noise. Okay, now I'm hoping Pyreball can kill, but I think without Stab, I'm still losing here. Yeah, GG's to that guy. Even with the Zamazenta crit, it wasn't enough, but we go 3-3. It was really high ladder games, so honestly, 3-3 is fine. I probably ended up around the same elo that I was just at, so yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, definitely consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.